Well, we had all these children out planting trees, you see, because we figured that was part of their education, to see how, the root system and all that. Also, a sense of responsibility. Taking care of things. Being individually responsible. You know what I mean. And the trees all died. They were orange trees, and I don't know why they died. They just died. Something wrong with the soil, possibly. I don't know. Or maybe the stuff we got from the nursery wasn't the best. We complained about it. And so we've got 30 kids, and each kid looking at these little brown sticks. It was depressing. It wouldn't have been so bad, except a couple of weeks ago, all the snakes died. But I think that the reason that the snakes stopped was that, you remember, the boiler was shut off for 4 days because of the strike, and that was explicable. It was something you could explain to the kids because because of the strike. I mean, none of the parents would let them cross the picket line, and they knew their strike was going on and what it meant. So when the snakes started up again, we have found the snakes they weren't too disturbed. With the herb garden, it was probably kids that were watering, and at least now they know not to overwater. The children were very conscientious with the herb garden, and some of them probably, slipped them a little extra water when we were looking. Or maybe, I don't like to think about sabotage, although it did occur to us. I mean, it was something that crossed our mind. We were thinking this way probably because before the gerbils had died, and the white mice had died, and the salamander. Well, now they know not to carry them around in plastic bags. Of course, we expected tropical fish to die. That was no surprise. Those numbers, you look at them crooked and belly up on the surface, but the lesson plan called for tropical fish. Input at the point. There was nothing we can do. It happens every year. You just have to rush past it. We weren't even supposed to have a puppy. We weren't even supposed to have one. It was just a puppy. The Murdoch girl found it in Gertrude's truck one day, and she was afraid the truck would run over it when the driver had finished making his delivery. So she stuck it in her knapsack and brought it to school with her. So we had this puppy. As soon as I saw the puppy, I thought, oh Christ, I bet it'll live for about 2 weeks, and that's what happened. That's what it did. It wasn't supposed to be in the classroom at all. There was some regulation about it, but you can't tell them they can't have a puppy when the puppy's already there, right in front of them, running around on the floor, yapping. They named it Edgar. That is, they named it after me. They had a lot of fun running after it, yelling, "Here, Edgar! Nice, Edgar!" And then they laughed like hell. They enjoyed the ambiguity, and I enjoyed it myself. I don't mind being kidded. They made a little house for it in the supply closet, and all that. I don't know what it died of. Distemper, I guess. It probably hadn't had any shots. I got it out before the kids got to school. I checked the supply closet each morning routinely because I knew what was going to happen. I gave it to the custodian. And then there was a Korean orphan that we had adopted through the Help the Children program. All these kids brought a quarter a month, and that was the idea. It was an unfortunate thing. The kid's name was Kim, and maybe we adopted him too late or something. The cause of death was not stated in the letter we got. They suggested we adopt another child, and they sent us some interesting case histories, but we didn't have the heart. The class took it pretty hard. They began. I think nobody ever said anything to me directly. They feel that maybe there was something wrong with the school, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the school. Particularly, I've seen better and I've seen worse. It was just a run of bad luck. We had an extraordinary number of parents passing away, for instance. There were, I think, 2 heart attacks and 2 suicides, 1 drowning, and 4 killed altogether in a car accident. 1 stroke, and the usual heavy mortality rate of the grandparents. Or maybe it was heavier this year. It seems so. And the final tragedy. And finally, the tragedy. The tragedy occurred when Matthew and Wayne and Tony Margolin were playing over where they were excavating for the new federal office building. There were all these big wooden beams stacked, at the edge of the excavation. The court case is coming up. The parents claiming that the beams were poorly stacked. I don't know what's true and what's not. It's been a strange year. I forgot to mention, Billy Grant's father, who was knifed fatally when he grappled with a masked intruder in his house. One day, we had a discussion in class. They asked me, where did they go? The trees, the salamanders, the tropical fish, Edgar, the papas, the mamas, Matthew and Tony, where did they go? And I said, I don't know. I don't know. And they said, who knows? I said, nobody knows. And they said, is death that which gives meaning to life? And I said, no. Life is that which gives meaning to life. Then they said, but isn't death considered a fundamental natural? The means by which the taken for granted mundanity of the everyday may be transcended in the direction of... I said, yes, maybe. They said, we don't like it. I said, that's sound. They said, it's a bloody shame. I said, it is. They said, will you make love with Helen now? Our teaching assistant? So that we can see how it is done? We know you like Helen. I do like Helen. But I said I would not. We've heard so much about it, they said. But we've never seen it. I said I would be fired, and that it was never, or almost never, done as a demonstration. Helen looked out the window. They said, please make love with Helen. We require an assertion of value. We are frightened. I said they shouldn't be frightened, although I am often frightened. And that there was value everywhere. Helen came and embraced me. I kissed her a few times on the brow. We held each other. The children were excited. There was a knock on the door. I opened the door and the new gerbil walked in. The children cheered wildly.